The Wizarding World section of the Universal Parks is amazing, and one of the things I really like about them are all of the fun treats that they have, including the candies. So let's give some a try. So I did not actually go to the Universal Parks recently. Sorry, it's April 1st and I couldn't help but pull a little bit of an April Fool's prank on you. But it's not clickbait, we are trying Wizarding World candies today. So you might have seen some videos I posted last year that I got to go to New York and we stopped by the Harry Potter store. And they do in fact sell Wizarding candy in that store as well, and butterbeer. It's an amazing store. If you ever get the chance to pop in there and you are a Wizarding World fan, then you should definitely check it out. But I had to pick some up. And these are the candies that they have in the Wizarding World park at Universal Studios. And you can also get them online. They have a Wizarding World online shop where you can actually order these candies too. So I am a sucker for them. I definitely don't need more candy, but I can't help myself when it comes to Wizarding World candy. It is just too good. Well, I guess it's kind of debatable. But I had to get some, and it has been a minute. I had a lot of sweets and things with the holidays, so I didn't think it was the best time to open these up just yet while getting through all the holiday candies and things. And I have finally made my way through all of that. And I figure it's time to break into my wonderful candies. And I thought, what better way than to try them all out with y'all. Now, I have had at least most of these before whenever I did actually go on my trip to Universal, but it has been a few years since then, and I am really curious to try all of them now and see how they are. So let's pick one and dive in. Let's start with the Fudge Flies. They are chocolate flavored fudge flies. A nice bag of them, and they are indeed shaped like flies. How adorable are those? They're so cute. Now, since these are often shared with Muggles, they have put an Immobilis spell on these so that they don't fly away from us. So it makes it a lot easier to handle them. All right, let's try it. Yeah, it's all right. It's just a nice little piece of chocolate. There's nothing crazy going on with it. There's no crazy flavors or anything added in there. It's just a nice little piece of chocolate. So if you want some nice little chocolate bites that are in some fun shapes, they're quite nice. But if you do have a more limited budget, whenever you're grabbing treats in the Wizarding World, you might want to get a different one that has a little something more to it, that's a little more different, that you wouldn't get maybe that flavor combination in a whole lot of places. I like them, they're nice, but if I could only pick a couple of the treats, I would probably pick one of the others. Next, we have our peppermint toads. Also keep in mind the weather when you're getting these. If you buy these in the park and it's the middle of an Orlando summer, they might start melting in your bag as you're walking around the parks. So just keep that in mind with all these chocolates and sweets. But these are about the same size as the flies, and they are just cute, tiny little toads. Let's try. Woo! There's a lot of peppermint. I know they're peppermint toads, but I was not expecting that much peppermint. That was a very, very strong peppermint. I thought maybe it would be like you taste chocolate with a little bit of peppermint, because that's the way a lot of things like this that I've had before were. But oh my goodness, I mean, from that very first bite, it was just so much peppermint. In fact, I don't know that I even really tasted the chocolate all that much because the peppermint flavor was so forward. Now, it wasn't insane for as crazy as that reaction probably was. I mean, it's not insane. I very much enjoyed that. It took me by surprise, but I like that. I'm definitely going to enjoy the rest of those. Oh wow, apparently these are made with dark chocolate. I didn't even like fully read the description. They're made with dark chocolate, which I'm usually not a huge fan of dark chocolate because it's usually so like strong and bitter to me. But my goodness, I guess that speaks even more to how pepperminty these toads are, that I didn't even realize that was dark chocolate. And honestly, I think that's probably the perfect pair for that much and that strong of peppermint, is to put it with the dark chocolate, because I think with the milk chocolate with it, it would be even more like overpowering. I think the dark chocolate was definitely a good choice to mix with that one. Now it's time for our Fizzing Whiz-Bees. I love Fizzing Whiz-Bees. I have definitely had this one before, and I remember that I just absolutely loved them. I savored every single one. They were so good. And I actually got a silicone bumblebee mold just so I could make my own Fizzing Whiz-Bees at home, which turned out pretty good. They were very nice. Just some melted chocolate, some freeze-dried strawberries, strawberry pop rocks in there. It worked nicely. They're pretty good. There is our cute little Whiz-Bee. These are bigger than the Toads and the Flies. I'd say they're probably about 2 or 3 times, probably 2 times the size of the Fudge Flies and the Peppermint Toads. So they are a good size, but ooh, they're delicious. I'm excited. Does it hold up to my memory? Oh, so good. You can definitely taste the strawberry flavor in there, and there are definitely plenty of Pop Rocks. I still have some popping in the back of my mouth. Can you hear them? All right, let's now open our chocolate frog. These are huge. The first time I got one, I was really surprised by just how big this is. I mean, you can see the box takes up my whole hand. I mean, it's just huge. And then we just open our box, and there's our frog inside. And it does have its own packaging around the frog itself, just to help keep it fresher and all. Even though this is all together in packaging, it does keep it fresher, and it keeps it separate from the rest of the packaging and your card. So, you know, if it does start getting a little melted, at least it hopefully shouldn't, you know, melt through onto everything else. And just so that you know, if you do want to open it up and see what wizarding card you have, but you aren't quite ready to maybe eat the chocolate just yet, it's okay. You can unwrap the box and your chocolate is still wrapped up, packaged on its own. You can leave this packaged if you want for a little bit while you get your card. All right, let's see our wizarding card. And then on the back, we have a description. Beatrix Bloxam was the author of Toadstool Tales, a collection of wholesome and pure children's stories that have been found to cause uncontrollable retching in children. That is not where I thought that was going to go. All right, then. Sure, why not? Oh, I'm going to stick this up here now. And we're just going to let that live there. Also, you'll probably, if you ever look at the stuff behind me when I'm filming these Monday videos, you probably will have already seen this card, because I am filming this like way ahead of time, because I'm ready to start munching on my candies, and but my content calendar's already got stuff filled in for a while. So yeah, so you're actually probably going to see her before I actually open her. So now you know where she came from, if you even noticed her. I mean, she's just a little guy back here. There it is. Okay, now for the chocolate frog. Also, chocolate freezes pretty well, and it will keep for a while without going stale or getting bad. So this is our chocolate frog. He is huge. He is a massive chocolate frog, and it is solid too. These are solid chunks of chocolate. Let's see if I can just break off his little foot here and try. Yeah, it's just a solid block of chocolate. It's not the gourmet chocolate or anything like that, but it's okay. Now, if you don't care so much about like the novelty of a chocolate frog or about the wizarding cards, then and you're just wanting a piece of relatively plain chocolate, I would say the Fudge Flies are probably more the way to go than these chocolate frogs. They're easier to eat, for one. It's kind of hard sometimes to to bite pieces off of this guy when you get towards the thicker parts. But the fudge flies also have a little more of that fudgy chocolate taste a little bit, whereas this is just a very plain kind of okay chocolate. And these are also more expensive, again, because of the novelty, special packaging. You have the card in there as well. I don't think I could have gone to the Wizarding World and not have gotten a chocolate frog. Next up, we have exploding bonbons. And I'm really curious about this one. This one's gonna be interesting. Orange and pineapple flavored bonbons. Now I feel like being called exploding bonbons that they should have Pop Rocks in them, but it doesn't say that they do. So I guess we'll see. And it does look like they're not like secured down on the base at all. It's just that there's this plastic piece that sits over top of them that keeps them in place. So as soon as I lifted it, they did start sliding around. So just be aware if you're on the move and trying to open this and get into it, that maybe we flip it over and open it like this. Here is one of our bonbons, and it's a beautiful bright orange wrappings. Tis a white chocolate. So here it is, just a cute little bonbon. Let's see what it tastes like. I found a hard center, that's why I paused. And that hard center was a whole lot of Pop Rocks. That's pretty good. Here you can see the inside there. That orange in the center are orange colored Pop Rocks. It definitely tastes very tropical and a little bit of citrus with that, but mostly you just get an overall tropical kind of flavor. And those Pop Rocks are really fun. Sorry, if you like pina coladas was just playing in my head. And I was imagining sipping a drink at the Polynesian. I know, wrong park. All right, we have 2 more things left. And I think I want to end on a good note. And this one is questionable. So let's try our every flavor beans next. Yay! Now I will say, this has very cute packaging. Like, I like the packaging of the Bertie Bott's beans. And it comes undone at the top here. We've got a piece of tape holding it shut, but then it has some little tabs, and just pull the sides out. How cute is that? And like everything else, they are inside a little bag in the box. And just to clarify, there are Bean Boozled beans that have all kinds of crazy flavors. But the Bean Boozled beans have, for every jelly bean appearance, so like for instance, say this one, it's got a green with some brownish on it. For everyone that looks like this, there's 2 flavors, a good flavor and a bad flavor. So that's the Bean Boozled. Bertie Bott's every flavor beans aren't that way. Anyone that looks like this is the same flavor. So with the Bertie Bott's, whatever the color is, every single one of that color is just the one flavor. And there are just good ones and bad ones. So just to let you know the difference between Bertie Bott's and Bean Boozled beans. If you know what the colors look like, then you know which one's which for sure. So if you do like jelly beans and you do want to get these, but you don't like playing Russian roulette with jelly beans, you're safe with Bertie Bott's. Just make sure you find a key that tells you which flavors are which at the bottom of my little box, I do have a lovely little key that will tell me what they all are. So since I pulled this one out of the bag, I'm gonna go ahead and taste this one. Let's see what it is. It is watermelon. Nice! Yay! I picked a good one. Oh, that's good. That's good watermelon. Okay, I'm gonna randomly pick. Well, this one's not so great. So this one's a little brown one with some little specks. It's okay, it hit my table, not the floor. Brown with specks. And according to my cheat sheet, brown with dark specks is dirt. So, dirt. All right, let's try it. Dirt. Yeah, that's dirt. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of. Nope, we already did dirt. Not doing dirt again. Hey, it looks like Tutti Frutti. Yeah, I like Tutti Frutti. Tutti frutti. It's like bubblegum. Love it. This blue one is calling to me. But as it began to call to me, I thought, what in the world would a light blue one be flavored? It's certainly not going to be blueberry. I thought maybe this is a bad idea. It's soap. So yeah, it's a bad idea. We're going to do it. Last bean. Ha. That's soap. That's soap. That tastes like bad decisions. Tastes like bad decisions and rule breaking. Alrighty, well, that was fun. I'm gonna eat a blueberry. Get that taste out of my mouth. Okay. Wee. Woo. So in case you're curious of the flavors that they have, here is our little cheat sheet of all the different Bertie Bott's bean flavors. Oh man, am I glad I did not get vomit or rotten egg. Nope. No, I don't need those. No vomit or rotten egg. No, thank you. And lastly, we're going to finish off with a butterbeer. Now this one, being from the New York store, does have a special label for New York that says it's celebrating MACUSA, New York City, 1892. So it's a special New York one for the New York store. So I think that's really fun that they have some different labeling. And I'm pretty sure this is a glass bottle. Yeah, you hear. This is now an ASMR channel. And we're done with that. Yeah, so I have had butterbeer before at the Universal Parks, and it was lovely. I also, last time we did a Harry Potter candy tasting of just things you can get at like party stores and things that are packaged Wizarding World. I did get some unofficial butterbeer, which was good, but it had, what was it? Was it Splenda that I think it had in it, which has a very distinct, strong taste to me. So it just kind of overpowered the rest of the flavor, and it was like, okay. The butterbeers in the park, again, it's been a minute, but I remember that I did like it. I think I would probably find it a little sweet now, but still good. I am curious to see how the bottled version fares. So let's see. That is a very distinct taste. I do think this tastes different than the one in the parks. Again, I'm going off of memory from a few years back here as far as what the parks one tastes like. But I do think this is a bit different. It is definitely very butter forward as a butterbeer. I think the parks ones are just sweeter. And part of that might be because of the foam that they put on top. Might, be the culprit there. But it's still a soda, but it doesn't taste super sweet. I make my own homemade butterbeer sometimes with cream soda and different like caramel and butterscotch and butter extracts and syrups. And that is definitely very sweet. It's definitely one you sip. But this one does not have that super, super sweet problem. I can definitely appreciate this one a lot more as an adult. I think it's okay. As an adult who has lost a little bit of that sweet tooth, right? I do appreciate things that aren't quite as insanely sweet. And again, I'm saying that as someone who just bought a ton of candy. I do appreciate it more. I think if you're somebody who just really doesn't like sweet stuff, I think that you would be okay with this too. I mean, it's all right. Taking a few more sips too, I do get a few more notes. Then that first one kind of hits you fresh. And after a few more sips, you start getting some of the other notes. It's still very butter forward. It does have some other kind of flavors mixing in there. A little more like butterscotch kind of on the back end, I feel like. It's really interesting. It does have as far as like drinks go, I would say it's a little closer to the side of the scale of like harsh flavors. It's not a really fruity, it's not a really sweet, right? It's not a soft flavor. It is a little stronger, harsher flavors. Like, I think root beer, I've heard described that way before, of root beer being a little harsher of a flavor. It's a little more biting. So in that kind of way, I would say this one is also would be in that realm. That's interesting. I really want to have this right next to a cup of the butterbeer from the parks and just try them side by side. If I'm sure somebody has done that, I'm gonna have to look up and find a video of somebody doing that, comparing them side to side to see exactly where they differ, because I'm trying to remember back and my memory isn't super great on that. I'm like doubting myself now about what that one tasted like, but yeah, that's fine. Well, this was fun. I really enjoyed trying these and trying them with you guys, and I had a good time with this. They're really nice. I really enjoyed them. Other than the bad beans, I don't think I disliked any of these. They were all, some of them were just okay. The chocolate frog, the chocolate itself is just okay. The fudge slice, they're fine. They're fine. They're ordinary, but they're fine. Like, I enjoy that. Sometimes you just want a piece of chocolate. The other stuff, there's a lot of unique things in there that are really great. So I really like these, other than the bad beans, which you're not supposed to like. So that's the point of those. Then I would say everything here is pretty good. I think if you're trying to decide, which ones you want to get, if you're just going to get a couple, like a normal person with self-control, unlike me, I really think it's just down to your personal taste, really, and what novelties that you like as well. So if you're not a fan of Pop Rocks, I say go with the other chocolates. If you're into that and something more wild and crazy, go for it, And these aren't the only sweets that they have in the parks either. They have sugar quills and Tongue toffee and all kinds of things. I mean, I think they have acid pops too. I want to say I've seen those before. So there's all kinds of candies. There's a wide range of things that you can try and taste depending on your preferences. But as you can see, I do tend to gravitate to chocolate. But this was great. It was fun. And I'm going to go put all this chocolate away where I can't see it, save for maybe a couple more pieces, so that I don't devour all of it this evening. Self-control, self-control, self-control. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!